burned out and it's all my fault. At least that's what I thought. I had these dreams, ideas, and expectations of what motherhood should look like, and I worked tirelessly to make it a reality. I placed all of these expectations on myself that I needed to do it all and be it all of the time. And when I was struggling, instead of questioning why I was putting all these expectations on myself, instead, I just pushed harder. I came to the conclusion that I was feeling burned out or exhausted or tired because I wasn't doing it well, because I wasn't doing enough, because I wasn't doing it right. All of these expectations compiled together to create this exhausted, overwhelmed, undone mom who was continually blaming myself for these feelings of burnout and exhaustion that I was having. Do you want to know what the real cause of maternal burnout is? And it is a big thing. It's a big pandemic in the United States that's not being talked about enough. Do you know that according to a study done by Motherly in 2023, that 93% of moms report feeling consistently burned out in their lives? It's an exhaustion, and it's something that we're not talking about enough. Why are we burned out? Well, let's take a look at some statistics. First of all, 70% of women in North America typically hold a job. That's on top of the job of caring for your children 24/7 around the clock. When are we supposed to fit in self-care, time for ourselves? In addition to that, we are made to feel guilty, and we internalize this deep feeling of guilt when we do take time for ourselves. So we don't really have time for ourselves. When we do take time for ourselves, it's ridden with guilt, and we're left feeling like we should be giving more to our kids and our families, and that self-care is selfish, when actually it's one of the most selfless things that you can do, to breathe life into yourself and in turn give back to your family. In addition, the United States is one of the few countries in the world, right there with Papua New Guinea, that does not guarantee paid maternity leave at the federal level. So we're right up there with third world countries in not guaranteeing maternity leave for women. Most women are able to get 6 weeks off of work before they are back working and their child is in daycare. That puts a huge mental load. You're not physically, emotionally prepared or ready to go back to work, and you're back to having to do it all and be it all. In addition to all of these pressures that we put on ourselves and the time that society doesn't allow us to spend and bond with our babies and heal and rediscover this new piece of ourselves in motherhood, in addition to all of that, we have a huge mental load that we carry. As moms, as women, we are thinking about everyone's schedule, bedtimes, laundry, house, chores, what everybody's going to eat. We want it to be nutritionally dense. We want to make sure everybody likes it. We have to take any allergies into consideration. We're also thinking about financial stress, career goals and aspirations, dreams that we have that we might have put aside outside of motherhood. We're trying to balance all of these things, and that mental load, in addition to the physical load we carry, is exhausting. It can be crushing. No wonder we're feeling burned out. Finally, we have this culture of superwoman expectations where we live in a day and age where we have all these resources. We should be able to do it all and be it all. And when that doesn't reflect our reality, we feel like we're failing, like we're somehow falling behind on the rest of society who's managing to portray these fulfilling lives with fulfilling careers and enough time for their family, successful entrepreneurship or successful businesses, or a husband who's making enough money that we're able to sit back and relax and enjoy all this time with our children. And the reality is that that's not what many of us face. That's not our day-to-day lived experiences. So the reason you're feeling burned out is not because you're failing. It's not because you're not enough. It's not because you're not doing enough. It's because we're living in a society that is pushing us towards internalizing these expectations that we need to be productive all the time, that we need to be perfect, that we need to be giving back to the world financially, and we need to be giving back to our families emotionally and physically. We have these expectations placed on us that we need to be doing it all the time. And when we're not, it's not a problem with the lack of support structures we have. It's not a problem that we don't have enough time, that our schedules are crazy, that these expectations are unrealistic. The problem lies with us. And I'm here to tell you that that's not the case. You are doing enough. You are enough just as you are. And the more we speak up about this, these expectations we're putting on ourselves, these unrealistic desires that we have that we feel like we're failing at all of the time, the more we talk about it and the more we're made aware that it's not that it's us who are failing, it's a society that's failing us, it's expectations that are failing us, and it's support structures that aren't in place that really need to be. So this is your reminder today to take a few minutes for yourself, because as always, you are worth it. And if you can think of any moms who might need to hear this message, please feel free to share it, hit the like button, send me a comment, and let me know what you did today to take a minute for yourself. Remember that you are enough.